After prospects or protests and talks, it's down to 60%, but many say even that's too much for a public varsity meant for the masses. Okay, so they're proposing 100%, and okay, right now it is said that the forcing people to convert to a certain twisted Islamic belief. So even if those people were still Islam or Muslims, there was a particular kind of Islam that these terrorists wanted them to be a part. Concern over widespread non-compliance. According to the directive, gates on streets are to be opened daily from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. to ensure the free flow of traffic, enhance public safety, protect lives and property, and support ease of doing business. Authorities warned that any street found in violation risks removal of such gate. The clarification has sparked fresh reactions from residents across Lagos, many of whom acknowledge the law but question its enforcement. Unfortunately, Lagos residents don't sleep at all. Okay, so let's just join Rufai Oseni for his thoughts on the headlines this morning, and after that we come back together to say our mind. All right, so hello Rufai, what are your thoughts this morning?
You see, the hypocrisy in Nigeria by some government official is that the fact that they think we are all foolish. And when they think we are all foolish like that, the joke becomes on them. I'll give you an instance. All of a sudden, days after people were apprehended, forcefully taken away in Kajuru, and the local government chairman said they shouldn't say, oh, people were taken away. Till today, they've not investigated the local government chairman. The first one, we heard that about it, something people escaped. Now, the government has gone to bring the remaining home. They said they've secured their release. Did the government pay ransom or not? Office of the National Security Advisor, did the government pay ransom to bring the people back? In all of this, we never hear that the terrorists that came to abduct them, they killed those ones. The terrorists are always going free. The people will come back home only for them to be reabducted. When are we going to stop this joke and hypocrisy? Then they will now sow Ashwebi for the people that they brought back home from the den of terrorists in Kajuru. They will now parade them like it's a dividend of democracy. And that's exactly what has happened in Kaduna today. People were kidnapped and taken away. They didn't stop them then. Now the government claimed that they've released them. What transpired, we don't know. The local government chairman that told the people not to talk, people that were taken from Ekwan, Seraphim and Cherubim's church, the local government chairman has not been called to order. It's just like what happened in Kwara, that over 100 people were killed. When the attack started, they called the military as at 5 o'clock. The military didn't come there until 10 hours later. It's at 3 a.m. the following morning. In fact, after the people had finished operating, that was when the military came. Today, President Tinubu is now saying we are deploying a battalion to go and bring succor. Succor to after 100 people and many more people have been killed in Kwara, in Woro. There's hypocrisy in our fight against insecurity. The hypocrisy is writ large. And they keep playing us for a fool in this country. Exactly just like Mr. Pabio thinks we are all fools. He's busy insisting that the Senate did not remove electronic voting. Some of the senators are coming to say they didn't remove. What we are saying is mandatory electronic voting. Mandatory electronic transmission of the results in real time. I heard one of the senators, I think Adara Modu, was asking, what's the definition of real time? They're just giving all sorts of flimsy excuse. It's because they know they can't go for a free and fair election. What we are saying is we don't want the situation like happened in Rivers State in the last presidential election, where some people are saying IREF said Peter Obi was leading, and they declared something else. Because you see, once you take election to coalition center, it's a criminal center. And that's why we are saying direct transmission, real-time transmission is supposed to be the solution for the shenanigan of INEC. But yet again, they think we are fools. What we are asking for is mandatory. Mandatory electronic transmission. In that law too, the provision that says that anybody that buys PVC should be banned for 10 years for election process. They said no, that they should put a fine of 5 million naira because they know that they are the ones buying PVC. Is it not politicians that are buying PVC? And please, I beg you, do not sell your PVC for any reason to these people. And that's why, please, Nigerians, keep speaking. Let your voices be heard. This hypocrisy must not be allowed to continue. This joke these politicians are playing with all of us must not be allowed to continue. We can't build a country this way. That's why you see criminal elements everywhere. That's why you see everybody wants to gain political power at all costs. NNPC is having the effrontery to speak today. We shouldn't have fixed the Port Harcourt refinery. Can they please account for the billions that were spent on fixing the refinery, or that money has gone?
Right, still on some stories making rounds. Some senators have come out to actually say that they support the mandatory transmission real-time of electronic election results, and they are not part of what the Senate has done. The likes of Senator Natasha Akpoti and a couple of other senators have come out to state their position, which is at variance with what the Senate has done. And still on the electronic transmission of results, I think we must be able to put pressure on the Senate of them. We want mandatory electronic transmission of results. See, if we cannot get it, it's as good as forgetting about the integrity and the transparency of the electoral process. If we don't get mandatory transmission of electronic results, because it's at the collation center that has become the criminal center of election manipulation in Nigeria. Most of the atrocities perpetrated are perpetrated at the collation center, which I call the criminal center. We talk like we forget in a hurry what happened at the collation center when Rochas Okorocha was gone in for a Senate seat that time, that the INEC officer was saying that I'm announcing this result under duress. Nothing happened. Most of the elections in this country are normally rigged at the collation center. That's where figures are manipulated. And why we are calling for the mandatory transmission so that everything will be on the IRF and IRF will be the result board is the fact that, see, we don't want people to manipulate results again at the collation center. We want the people's votes to count. And what are they concerned about? If the IRF should be the people's scoreboard, that after you vote in your polling unit, it goes to the IRF, is uploaded, why do we need a collation center to now verify and bring together the manual reports of what they did? Why do we need a collation center where we can have an IRF there? It's the collation center which they manipulate. That's why you see that people are heavily guarding the collation center. They go and stay in front of the collation center. There was a video the other day of Punk also going to stay in front of the collation center for the Kano election because you are easily manipulated at the collation center. But you can see what these senators have done because they don't want the best for the country. There's a landmark ruling, an historical ruling in Enugu State, which we are all happy about, and it goes back to the colonial days. So there was a massacre. It was called the Iva Valley Massacre. There was somewhere called the Colliery Mines, where they mined coal in Enugu. There was a dispute between the workers and the British authorities in the colliery mines, and this led to a lot of killing by the constabulary guards, where they killed people on the colliery mines. In fact, I remember newspaper clippings dating back to the 1940s of a commission set up to look into what happened in the colliery mines. It was called the Fitzgerald Commission. The likes of Dadi Oyema were those that, you know, served around that commission and did a lot of work on that commission. So Enugu High Court has ruled that many years after that 1949, and you see, those were part of the worker struggles that led to, because the 1940s were an interesting time in Nigeria's life. Then there was a worker strike, then there was the Iva Valley Massacre. It was all of those things that started to weaken the hold of the British Empire that finally culminated in independence. In fact, those are the true people that died for Nigeria. The people that died at the colliery mines, that's the Iva Valley mines in Enugu and the likes. Those are all of the things that came together. And, you know, the Aba Women's Revolts, the Aba Women's War, which the British like to call a riot, the Wayewuras of this world, these are the things that came together to put pressure on the British. And Enugu High Court has ruled that families of these people, I think about 20 or 21 of them, should be given £20 million each. That would be like 420 million pounds. Let's see how it pans out. We'll see how this legal hold is going to go. But we must be able to pay respect and tribute to these our great heroes. They did nothing wrong. All they did was they protested better working conditions and they were killed. Nigeria Revenue Service has stopped a scheme they used to do that was like a tax for project scheme, where companies that pay taxes will do various projects, and when they do the projects, they'll they will take out the money from the taxes they ought to pay. I think MTN used to do it. They used to do a couple of roads. Dangote was also a beneficiary of the scheme. NRS is saying that they did not have the capacity to be able to go through and check the validity of the work done. So because of that, they are not going to, you know, do anything, and they're just going to stop the project for now. Another case is making the rounds. That's one of the weaknesses Ali Bello in this Bello conundrum And the court is taking him to task over WhatsApp messages that they deleted that could have served as evidence in the ongoing case. So we are seeing all the cases pan out. We are seeing the evidence being taken and all that. Madam Obi Ezekwesili has written a very, very big warning letter about the plight of Nigerians and the fact that people, or the politicians, the senators, went ahead to deny Nigerians the chance of these great electoral reforms. She pretty much says in the letter that things might be too late at some point and that we should watch it. And truly, our senators should watch it. Because I don't know, this Senate has become a rubber stamp. This Senate has become a Senate without spine. And this is not good for democracy. They are co-equal arms of government, but it's as if in Nigeria there's only one arm of government. In Nigeria, I don't think the separation of power does not exist. Because everybody just kowtows to the executive. As long as it's the executive that has a lot to do with release of money and things, everybody just kowtows to the executive. And a democracy where everybody kowtows to the executive, I mean, nothing gets done. So these are the things we must look at strongly. These are the things we must look at strongly. May God help Nigeria. President Tinubu's wife went for a national breakfast prayer. President Trump recognized her as a pastor and everything. But the question is, will that stop the killing of Christians and people in Nigeria? All of that political lobbying, you go to Trump, they mention your name, does not stop the killings of the people in country. Will it bring back the souls of the over 170 people that died? Anyway, they've said that they've paid money to lobbying firms. So lobbying firm could have gotten high in there, as a Christian leader and all of that. I mean, it's not a big deal. Relations are not bad, but the truth is, let us stop the killings in our country. It's not a big deal. Everybody does one level of lobbying or the other. But it's not going to bring back the lives of people. It's not going to stop the killings. All we want is not posturing. It's actually results on the killings of people, which we expect to stop.
For your thoughts this morning, it's still the front page review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Nyamgul Agadi. We're opening the lines right away for us to be able to talk. What are the various headlines that really concern you this morning that you would like to talk about? Okay, so the lines are open 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903, or 080 3692 9933, 080 3692 9933. You can also reach us on WhatsApp. It's 081 71 75 6338, 081 71 75 6338. Call us now and let us know what you want to say. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Yambo.
Hey.
Good morning. This is Joshua Perkins, former citizen of Nigeria, now retired.
Go right ahead, Joshua. Glad to hear you this morning.
Yes, you see, the reform, let's leave it. I've said it. Let's try the Kano approach to this thing. That would work. Those people will not do anything. Now, to the remit people going to Washington and pretending to be pastor, we know those people. They are not even born again at all. By their fruit you shall know them. Look at what is going on in the insecurity in this country. They have not done that one. They are trying. I look at that money they even pay to lobby that the people don't die in this country. That money is enough to transform a community. I just had that money that the president, 30-something billion naira. If I had that money, a cassava processing plant with all the apparatus to run it, with an annual turnover of 500 million, I mean 5 billion or thereabouts, and somebody is spending it on luxury travel. Don't worry, we will soon get to equilibrium. If we have not gotten to equilibrium now, some of us will not wake up. Our problem is not with ourselves, like I would say. It is with these politicians. Until we do what we need to do to them, Nigeria, we should just stop shouting. Let's start acting. Good morning.
Good morning to you. 34 billion for travel of the president to make Nigeria be in the good books of countries and let them come and invest in our country. That's what the president has been doing. Cassava processing machine, you don't need 34 billion, maybe 1 billion at most, and you'll put that in place. And rice processing machines, for instance, for small communities, agrarian communities, you will have a rice milling machine, you have a destoner machine, and you will have rice as good as anyone that we import from anywhere in the world, and even in a more healthy state in this place. But farmers are not empowered to do those kind of things, and a rice milling machine is less than 5 million naira. A destoner is less than 5 million naira. Just imagine putting maybe 1 or 2 in every community that produces rice. You'll find out that we'll have our own rice milled in these communities. We don't even need a big mill to do that. And then we can also use that rice to make beer and other things. Well, anyway, I like it when people talk about something that concerns agriculture. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My brother, good morning. My name is Vincent. I'm calling from Amu, the first state. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. My talk is now see where our Senate and whatever they are doing now, we should be careful, because if you cannot trust the people that are making law for you, one day they may make law that is going to implicate all of us in this country. So whatever they agree, sometimes they change it. And we citizens are now fighting for them to see that if we do this, our citizens will not be happy with us, they will be against us. So we should try to go there and stay. Even if we are not going to fight or this, we go there. When 3 million or 5 million people go to National Assembly and sit down there, the whole world will be videoing us. You see, you know why I'm saying this now? Because the people that is always do this, when we say it, they think that we are lying. He told you that people that always help this country, who, if you want this country to go move forward now, Yorubas have their capacity is very high if they want the country to go in the right way. If they want it to go in the wrong way, whatever we are facing today, Yorubas are the number one. Because I know when they are doing this, Abiola, this thing, every day we stand up, they will protest. Every day, no matter the military. So why are they not doing it now? Is it because of the Yoruba that is there? It's only Yoruba that is, when they stand for protest, every other tribe will join. Because they have everything, they have Lagos State in their hand. And Lagos is where every other state is respecting. So what am I trying to say? Yoruba should come up as they used to come before. Whatever happened, the country belongs to it. Whatever God has blessed you with, do it. If you are good on doing this one, do it. Let others follow you. And for this United States military that came, maybe they are not being, maybe their population that came is not much. We in Nigeria should run around with them. Know what they want from us, we do it. And our Nigerian military should not do the other way as they used to do. If they do this one, my brother, United States is looking where to change their gun to Asrock. If the Nigerian military begin to do something otherwise, maybe to go and sabotage these people, United States will turn their gun to Asrock. They should be careful, because they are waiting for something to happen so that they will change that as whatever they are pointing now to these insurgents, they will turn it to Asrock Villa. So let Nigerian military be wise, and let Nigerians also support them. Those who want to join military, enter the Google, ask them how to join the United States military, so that they will bring you, train you. You also go there and fight to make sure that this Boko Haram and all those problems stop in Nigeria. This is what our youth have to do now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your thoughts this morning. Call us now. Let's hear you talk. Okay, let me go to the messages a little bit before we go back to the calls. And Mazio Gochuku is saying, I can see that our senators are the major problem we are facing in this country. See how they are playing with electoral reform. This one-sided appointment by Mr. President is dividing the country into parts. This country has been sold to bandits. How can soldiers come to terrorist attack scenes after 10 hours? Please release Mazi Namdi Kanu. Mazi Ogochuku, thank you very much. Good morning, Yamgula Gaji. And good morning, the indigenous people of Nigeria. Please arise with action and pray less, because the people that want to take over your country are also praying. They are land grabbers and not bandits, as you call them. The indigenous people of Nigeria should come out and rescue their country from the foreign jihadists. If not so, Nigeria will be like Afghanistan and Turkey. Remember, they tried in Central Africa, but they were resisted. Islamization is very close. Village man from Idimu, Lagos. Thank you, village man, for your thoughts. My heart bleeds, and I am seriously not happy with the administration of President Tinubu on the continuous killing of innocent people going on in several parts of the country. It's more annoying to see that it was the same President Tinubu that criticized and told former President Gije to resign, since it is not capable to secure lives and properties, which is his primary responsibility. It's unfortunate that since President Tinubu assumed office and his party has been in power since 2015, the situation keeps getting worse. He should know that the killing of these innocent citizens has a negative consequence on his administration. Finally, I have said it times without number that the present National Assembly will not approve the use of transmitting results electronically in the 2027 general elections, because they all know for sure that they can never win if the result is transmitted electronically. If you ask me, INEC should not be given taxpayers' money to conduct an election that is glaring would not be credible. What a country, Olorun Agba. Wow, God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onatoye from Ijegomo community. Well, you said something about electronic transmission of results. I think we should keep talking the way we are talking, and it will be done. Remember that the first story that came out was that they passed that bill without including that, and people kept talking, people kept calling on radio, people kept saying it in various fora. And you know what? Now the Senate seems to be divided. The opposition in the National Assembly said they were for the electronic transmission of results. And even the Senate President is denying that they didn't pass it without that inclusion. That tells you that they're listening and they're hearing us talk. And we know that to a large extent, the will of the people will be done in that electronic Electoral Act. We're hoping, well, let me use the word hope. We're hoping that the will of the people largely will be reflected in the Electronic Act. So, as we keep saying, get your PVCs, because a lot of things will come up in 2027 that if you do not have your PVC now, you will wish that you had. And let us not get to that point. Just do it. Just like they say, heaven and hell, whether it is real or not, you better believe it now, because when you get there and it is real, you have everything to lose. You get there and it is not real, then you have nothing to lose. You're going to spend eternity anyway. So that's what it is. Get your PVCs, get ready, make the people, educate the people around you, from your family to your friends and all that, and then we will get a 2027 of our choice, at least to a very, very large extent. So don't be discouraged. That's the message this morning. Good morning, Yamgul. Those doctors lashing out at media should be ashamed of themselves. Can they tell us why the life of that young lady should not be saved? Their watery defense is quite provocative. Even if they have antivenom, some medical experts have said that administering antivenom requires expertise. How many qualified medical professionals do we still have in Nigeria? Is it some of these doctors that forget seizures after surgery? Unless one has not visited our public hospitals in recent times, morale is all-time low. Unless you know somebody, nobody gives you close attention. If there were no negligence, Ifunanya would not have died. It is quite unfortunate. May her soul rest in peace. On the electoral amendment, all we need is to make electronic transmission real-time compulsory. It should not be subjected to INEC's discretion. This is from Pascal Chimezie from Ikeja or in Ikeja. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. I'm very happy for you to get my line this morning.
Oh, okay. Well, we are glad to have you talk to us. Put off your radio, please, so that it doesn't give us a hold back.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Nadia. First it. Please. Since I have been listening to it, I'm enjoying what you are discussing and how you follow up the discussion. My main concern is that Nigeria don't want something peace. They don't want peace. Because now they are talking of using computer in the schools. If they are using computer in the schools, after the exam, even during the exam, if you did not finish up earlier, the computer will stop you when you can do it. And give you a result. After giving you a result, you say congratulations, or I'm sorry, you have not made it this time around. Try next time. Then you get your result exactly after you finish your exam. If you make it, you say congratulations. Your certificate is 20 time. You have made it. Yeah. But Nigeria don't want such a thing. We are talking about electronic transmission, electronic election or something like that. They don't want it. They don't want it. Because they don't want to have the full report of whatever they are doing. They want it to be manipulated their own interest. When you look at what went last time, during the exam, during the election, we all came out and voted. We voted and believed that we have made it. And we saw the result that somebody had won. But later, everything went either way, another way. So, calling people now, come and take your voter card, they come and register, come and do this. Some people feel reluctant because what happened last time will happen again. You see a whole country like Nigeria, we talk of insurgents from how many years now? People are dying as if it's not human, they are not human beings. Like cow. Nobody cares. The government doesn't want to do anything about that. 100 people or 200 some people is more than 200 million people. Humiliating us. It's not a good thing. Yeah, if we really want a democratic government, let's run democracy. I know that what we are running is democracy, not autocracy. Yeah, you have somebody will ask question, they will ask you, where are you from? Before you answer his question. This is very, very bad. When I talk now, somebody says is an evil man. That is very answer man. Somebody says is a real man. And they are selecting job of people that will talk, they put the place and the people that will not put in the place. This is what is holding us here mainly is tribalism.
Okay.
Tribalism.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Please, let's stop saying that what happened in 2023 will still happen in 2027. If we say that we are defeated already, and this is what these people want, they don't want us to think that anything positive can come up, so that we'll relax in our homes and only their own boys will go and vote. If that is what you want, well, continue. But otherwise, all we are preaching is get your PVCs and get ready for that day and that time. Election is coming up in February of 2027. Be prepared, like the Boy Scouts will say. Be prepared. That is what it is. And sometimes they say luck is preparation meeting opportunity. So prepare yourself so that when we meet the opportunity of the right thing being done on that day, that we cannot judge the INEC chairman now until he conducts election and we know he's a bad man or he's a good man. For now, he seems to be a man of integrity. That could be debatable, but we don't know him that much to outrightly say he's a terrible man, he's going to do like the last INEC chairman and all that. And we don't know for now the outcome of the electoral law, how it will be. Right now, the Senate is already divided, and we think that it is going to be passed. Maybe not all the aspects we want reflected in the law, but some of them that really, truly are important for us will be passed. So get yourself prepared. 2027 is going to be a very interesting year. Don't be left out, and don't get to that point and regret that. If I knew, I would have collected my PVC. So let's not allow ourselves to be defeated. Now, let me take this message from AB from Ekwe. Yamgul, good morning. I love this morning. Rufai Hosseini was asking if the government paid ransom or not. Wait, is it whether ransom was paid or that people are safely returned alive? I think those that are calling us data boys, those so-called anarchists, have a sinister motive the way they are going about this e-transfer. I have said it, and they can tell one tangible thing Peter Obi did in Anambra as governor. I will port to Peter Obi. What people do not know is that even if the e-transfer is passed, Jagaban, the Grandmaster Strategist and Grandmaster of Coalition, will still win. Jagaban is not only Nigeria's commander-in-chief, he is also the chief marketing officer. Presidents of countries travel to other countries for business. Trump and Saudi Arabia had one recently. Now tell me who is wiser. Trump wanted to do business with Venezuela. He invaded Venezuela. Tinubu wanted to do business. He went there to dialogue with the people. Follow who know road from AB from Ekwe. Yes, AB from Ekwe. If ransom was paid, we need to know. Because it is our money they're using to pay ransom, instead of using the money to fight the insecurity that will make ransom unnecessary. So we need to know as a people. So the question whether it is people, what if the people in government or some interested people are just coming to do business with the lives of people, take them to a particular place, go and keep them, feed them there, and then return them after a while and make the money off the people? Is that what kind of Nigeria you want? That's not the kind of Nigeria we want. We want a kind of Nigeria that if you do anyhow, you collect anyhow. That's what America does. You kidnap somebody in America today, they will deal with you. They will not negotiate with you. They have a way of dealing with you. But we have never thought about having that way of dealing with these people. That's why the army will arrive at a place 10 hours after a massacre has been carried out in that place. 10 hours. And more than 200 people, because the story is coming out. Official figures maybe 100 and something, but the unofficial figures are getting up to like 200. And people are still being buried as we speak right now in Kwara State. That's not the kind of Nigeria we want. That people will be they will be taken away and then they will be brought back. Ransom will be paid. We are losing money. We are not seeing these people who are perpetrating this being apprehended or killed or whatever it is that they do to terrorists. We just get our people back and we are happy. That's not the kind of Nigeria I want to be in. You said calling us data boys, those so-called anarchists have a sinister way. I've said that if they tell me one tangible thing Obi did in Anambra as governor, I will port to Peter Obi. The internet that you use now to call us, to send us message, is good enough for you to find out what Obi did. But if you don't know how to surf the web to find out what Obi did, that is very unfortunate. You wouldn't be saying this. Just say your own things and say what your principal is doing that is good enough that people should follow him. That's the best way to go. But in case you didn't know, he elevated the state education ranking from 25th to the first nationally, with ICT centers in schools. Dramatically improved security by partnering with police and military, providing 500 plus security vehicles. And like Obi will say, go and verify. He built the first state-owned teaching hospital and upgraded many healthcare facilities. He developed roads that is over 800 kilometers and established the Anambra Road Maintenance Agency. He left over $150 million in the savings with no unpaid salaries or pensions, and initiated the first sub-sovereign wealth savings in sub-Saharan Africa, the first. He coordinated aerial and poverty mapping for better planning and improve the government infrastructure with new secretariats and 3 arms zone. Did you hear that? So Peter Obi's administration is praised for fiscal prudence, good governance, and sustainable development. And these achievements are there, and maybe the number of people who were there when he was governor will tell you more. So don't talk like this, AB. We are worried if our government, all they can do is pay ransom for people who are being kidnapped, then it's a worrisome thing. We need to know. They should not be lying to us that we just collected them. We just went and got them back. That no ransom was paid, this and that. It is not a good thing for our country. It is not. So go to the internet, find out about Peter Obi. Go to the internet, find out about all the governors. It's there on the internet. Stop saying you don't know anything that Peter Obi did. Okay? So now, let's go back to the calls. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
I am calling from Amuo Odofi. My name is Nelson Iko Awadi.
Go ahead, Nelson.
My brother Nyamgo, God bless you.
You too.
You see, I do not want to comment on anything that is happening in this country anymore. But I want to say that I will continue to talk about the leadership. The leadership, because if we get the leadership right, every other thing will be put in place. And now, look at some years back, Buhari, in Buhari's government, even though that it was a military regime, we had war against indiscipline. This starts from the head, even though that it was, we are made to understand at the end that it was Idi Agbon, the Weather Chief of General Staff, that was responsible for the war against this indiscipline that makes it effective then. There was a child of 5 years old that is in primary 1, knows about this war against indiscipline because the government as at then was serious about it. Now, that same Buhari that we are talking about came as a civilian government and introduced that same war against indiscipline again. Nyamgo, did it work if you know about it? Did it work? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it didn't work because it wasn't him. And Mr. Integrity was not in his life. It was all propaganda that they brought in the name of Mr. Integrity. What am I trying to say? If the government, if the head of government, if the head actually wants things to work well in Nigeria, things will work well. The negative energy that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is putting to bring Nigeria to this point that we stay, if he used that energy positively to do that which is right, Nigeria will be better. Look at the Senate talking about electronic transmission, that they want to maintain the status quo. They don't want to bring a new thing. What? And if you listen at is it at Fabio? You listen to it very well. You will see that he's thinking that all Nigeria collected money from their ends, and Nigerians do not have sense. By God's grace, I've met with people, name people in this country, and I've met with outsiders, and I've come to understand whether you are a white man, there are black men, even me, myself, because I work directly, there are some black people, white men, that I am better off than. Forget about the country, but one-on-one, individual to individual. So we are not fools in this country. Those people in the Senate, they thought that they are better than us. Some of us, rationally, we are better off than they are. Look at the way he is talking. We are talking about mandatory transmission of the election result, and he's talking that he's saying that they did not go off. They did not take away the electoral transmission as if it is just electoral electronic transmission only that we are talking. They should make it mandatory so that it will count. Because there was whether electronic transfer or transmission in the last 2023 election. And what happens to the results? And that is what brought us in this quagmire, in this chaotic situation that we are today. So let them do the needful. I call Nigerians, forget about whatsoever they can do to you. There is no politician that will make your life better than you having a good country where you can work and make money to take care of yourself. Nobody can take care of you better than as you can do. I have to know that, because considering my situation, like I told you, I cannot see anybody, my children and my wife at home. I don't see their face because of my eye issue. But any money somebody dashed me, like this credit that I'm using to call you since last week, it was somebody that loaded 1,000 naira for me. I choose to use it to be calling. But instead of using it to look for people that I could ask for help. But because of the consign of this country, it pains me, because if everything we are to work well in this, I wouldn't be in this condition. I would be able to take care of myself, or the government would be able to take care of me by finding solution to this problem. But because of the situation that the country is, I couldn't get anything. The Zalatan eye drop I was buying before, in America it was given free, because somebody told me he collected it free. But here we buy it 25,000 naira, at times above 25,000 naira. Zalatan eye drop. So please, our country, our people, we should do the right thing by not collecting money from these people and voting out our conscience. My brother Yamgo, thank you.
Thank you very much for your thoughts this morning. Okay, we're still expecting your calls. Call us now and let us hear. I think I've just had a response from AB again. Nigeria has a lot of money. No be your money, na Nigeria money. Can you touch the money? We should be circumspect, for God's sake. Just one thing I don't ask, since I said tangible. Oh boy, one thing. How can somebody say Nigeria has a lot of money, not be your money? Nigeria has a lot of money, and that is my money. It's my money as well. It's our collective money. No one person can just spend it. No little group of people that can just spend it anyhow. It's our money. They should ask us how we want our money to be spent. And if you spend our money, you have to tell us how you spent our money. So you can't come and say it is not your money. Nigeria has a lot of money. What is Nigeria? Who is Nigeria? Nigeria is the people of Nigeria. So don't be saying that, AB. Okay, this is saying, good morning. 2027 governorship election, fake and corrupt group tick Sheyi Tinubu as next of their governorship candidate, and I want to tell the group that Sheyi Tinubu will fail woefully because he is unfit to govern Lagos State. Leo from Lagos. Everybody is qualified to contest, but I doubt if Sheyi Tinubu is coming for 2027 election. Even a non-politician should know that. Okay, His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko in Oshodi is saying the rate at which these terrorists are being pampered in Nigeria is too alarming and very bad. It's very clear that the federal government is not ready and equally afraid of these guys. I urge the government in power to wake up from slumber and act accordingly. And for 2027, the only hope of the masses is electoral reform. It is so unfortunate and sad that our senators are being selfish and are trying very hard not to allow free and fair election to prevail in Nigeria. We will keep shouting and lamenting until success is achieved. Have a blessed day, my good friend Yamgul. Thank you very much, Chief Nwoko, for your thoughts this morning. Good morning and happy weekend to you all in the studio. It beats my imagination upon all the killings, tears, starvation, blackout, and agony. Your President Tinubu has not deemed it fit to speak, address, or speak to the nation, especially face the press on, like during government of GEJ, that's Goodluck Jonathan, and Obasanjo. All we hear is the voice of Bayo Ononuga. Is Bayo Ononuga Nigeria president? Did anyone vote for Bayo Ononuga? Is your President Tinubu afraid of something? If you are not fit, you are not fit. A bad product is a bad product. APC is not marketable. How can non-state actors be dictating for us when we have a sitting president in place? It's quite unfortunate. Oh God, arise and trouble those who are troubling Nigerians. This is from Mayor from Ikotwegbe. And thank God it's Friday. Prince Ayotek from Arena Market is saying this. INEC is one of the major problems that we have in this country. For Wiki, nothing lasts forever. INEC recognized his block as is uncalled for. We have lost hope and confidence in INEC. Where is our security personnel for bandits terrorizing the whole community for hours without military intervention is uncalled for. We charge INEC to give us credible election to prove to masses that they are capable. Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. Thank you. And before I go back to the calls now, Nigeria must wake up and occupy the National Assembly to ensure the mandatory transmission of election results from the polling unit is included in the Electoral Reform Bill, because the Senate led by Akpabio and the APC don't have any intention of free and credible elections in 2027. Meanwhile, the government at all levels must deploy the use of drones and modern technology to combat insecurity across Nigeria. Franco Nero is writing in from the USA. Okay, so hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, my friend. I'm cool.
Yeah. Where are you talking from, and what's your name?
I'm from Mexico.
Okay, go ahead.
Cool. That's a man for my friend. I've been telling you that APC is not a market itself. They know how interesting we go with, so it cannot market APC, because APC has become already abandoned product. It has extorted to the state of Nigeria. So we cannot help them out. If they really want to make an impact, they should change their political ways. With this president, Nigeria cannot move anywhere. And we are hoping that Felix will do something about this electoral something that will affect them. The person is hoping against hope. They are there for their own selfish end. If you cry from night to high heaven, they will never listen, because I know their heart has been seared.
Oh, please call us back. Call us back. You're breaking. The audio is breaking. So just call us back, please. Let's hear you. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, please. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to
Ben,
you.
Ben from Eva.
Okay, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, you see this thing they are doing now, all this debate, all this manipulation. This same thing happened 2022. Exactly the same thing. They told senators to vote for electronic transfer because they rejected it. Ajuso Kanu said that in his own at their south, there is no network. Remi Tinubu said that in her own constituency, Lagos, here, there is no network. Stella Odua, Judge that day, she did not come to Sile. Ifeanyi did not come. Do you understand? The Pantami Minister of Digital Economy said there is no network. As somebody who is have to do with network, I mean his ministry have to do with network. MTN people, they called them to the floor of the House Senate at the rent chamber there. They said that they have covered 98% of Nigerian territory. MTN said it. Said that by 2023 election, they must have achieved more. 98% 2022. They call Festus Okoye, INEC Education Commissioner. INEC Education Commissioner. To the floor of the House. He went there and told them that they can transmit the election from polling unit to IREF portal direct. That IREF Beavers doesn't need network. That Beaver has his own network. That is what he said. I can upload with their network. No, the jump the register said the same thing about that jump. The machine they are using have network. Its own network. They doesn't need all the same PM network. They have their own network. They can you can even access their result with the other network. People the same thing. So why are these people manipulating us? And do you know that person so Precious that was handling Evening Rush invited him live. Even I spoke with him in Evening Rush, VOP station there. He invited him live. He came and said the same thing. So Nigeria were very quick to forget all this. And these people are manipulating us. This one, they are defecting and defecting and defecting. They are giving them transfer fee to come to our party so that you can support Mr. President. We can, who can support Mr. President more. What the hell do we do? Just to write the result, to use stupid and cancel result from polling unit to ward, it will change. From the ward to local government, it will change. From local government to the state coordination center, it will change. From state coordination center to Abuja National Coordination Center, it will change again. And so we use Kenu for 4 days, they are still waiting for them. Do you know that last 2023 election, Rivers result came last? It came last and it was the game changer. We don't want those nonsense again. Nigeria should stand up and defend their destiny. We should be praising all these senators, praying for them. And this what is her name? This Tasha and the other senators that stand out for this thing. There are so many of them there. They stand out, and everything they say, well, so many of them support electronic transfer. So let us encourage them. We will vote for them. We will mark their faces. We will vote for them. Akpabio is no Biama at all. Akpabio no Biama. Akpabio is an anti-Nigeria. Everybody should know that. Nigeria should be ready to come and fight for Nigeria. This is the only fight we have to fight. Go to National Assembly and stay there peacefully. Stay down there until they give us what we want. We are the ones that put them there to represent us. Akpabio senators are not representing their families. They are representing Nigeria from their constituencies. They are not the ones that will determine what will happen. Why should 2027 be like that again? Look at Kwara now. People were calling local government, calling the state governor, calling the military everywhere. There was no help. Until these people came and killed them. Over 200 people were massacred. Can you imagine? If what is going on in my head is that they are now saying that it is the military that it is the Muslims that were killed. Is it not to prove the point that it is the Muslims are also being killed? Why are we using human lives for all this type of nonsense? Human life doesn't want anything in Nigeria. Even if it is chicken, can you kill 200 chicken like that? Why are we doing that? At the same time, Christians that were kidnapped, all those 3 churches in Kaduna that were kidnapped, the remaining 83 were released. At the same time, Remi Tinubu went to America, and the Trump was introduced as a pastor. At the end, they were not telling us what Trump told us. Go and tell your husband to stop the killing of Christians in Nigeria. That was the last thing Trump told her. But they are not playing that video. Well, we should stop propaganda. This country is finished. Nigerians think that Islamization, Fulanization, and jihad is their mate. It is not your mate. You in this country, if this thing happen, you will not see church again. You will not see court again. You will not see constitution again. All you see is Sharia court. You cannot stand it. You ladies that are going to bank, you will wear hijab. Oh men, we need to appear. Islamization is not your mate. You will not go and speak and say you are a praise Lord, single. Now, for the church will be converted to Muslim, to Islam, to mosque. Islamization is now we stand out and defend this country. Nigeria is no OIC organization of Islamic conference. Babangida put Nigerian media. Buhari attended the meeting. Tinubu attended the meeting in Saudi Arabia. It is only Jonathan and Obasanjo that did not attend the meeting because they are Christians. Nigeria is recognized that what they want to practicalize it there. The federal government knows what is going on. We should be very careful. We should defend our country. It is not what somebody will be talking. It is not propaganda. It is not banter. I am Chelsea. You are Arsenal. This is human life. People are dying all over Nigeria. They are not reporting it. In Casino, over 200 times some days ago. People are being massacred. It has come home. A small time Ekiti, a small time Oyo, small time it will come to Lagos. Who will defend you? Who will defend you? If you come military, they will not answer you. These people that killed in Kwara, Amoteko can take them away. Amoteko give them AK-47. They went up forest and finish them all. If they say okay, the federal government allows for people for these people to be killed, and they say Amoteko carry AK-47, go neutralize these people. None of them, not even one, will remain. Even OPC headed by Ghanaian Adams, we finish these people up. If Nigeria raise vigilantes, we will fight insecurity and decimate them. Nigerian police can destroy any security in 7 days. Nigerian police, IG of police, give him only 100 billion every year. He will finish all these terrorists once and for all. Nigeria is not fighting insecurity. Nigeria doesn't have insecurity problem. I'm telling you the truth. They are just deceiving themselves. The federal government is deceiving themselves because and the state government. Yes, supposed to come here and arrest all these governors. They have insecurity in their state. Carry them and go to America.
Thank you.
Give them where you keep Maduro of Venezuela and his wife.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you, my brother.
God bless you too. God bless you too. Okay, it's still front page review and it's getting fiery. Okay, so we're talking about the issues in Nigeria and especially the ones that made headlines this morning. And so people are calling in. If you are just joining us, it's front page review and the station is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. I want a better Nigeria. At this time, let me just use this time to remember and applaud the former First Lady, Mrs. Patience Jonathan. People laughed at him. People laughed at her, sorry. People used her for memes and all that on social media because of her grammar, because of one thing or the other. But when the Chibok girls issue happened, she spoke up. She showed up. She cried as a mother. She did everything within her power to make the people know that this is a very, very terrible thing that has happened here. And you could see she felt it. She spoke against it without fear or favor all the time. Unfortunately, all we remember about that time is that she made grammatical blunders. She was talking like this or talking that way. But she showed up. When it mattered, she showed up. She spoke. That was a first lady. Now, in retrospect, we see that she was actually a mother. And I'm calling on the first lady of our country right now to be consistently speaking up against this. You may not be the president, you may not be the one to enforce anything, but you are a mother, and you are the first mother of the entire nation. Speak up against this thing. Consistently speak up against these things. In one way or the other, it will have an impact. It shouldn't just be left to the men, you know. It is the president that will have to talk about that. Now you went to America, and that could have made a very, very good statement. I hope that you didn't go there and tell them that there's no genocide in my country, because your husband is obviously saying the same thing. There's no genocide in my country. Everything is in order. If you are coming to help us, you can come and help us, but not that we cannot hold these people. We cannot take care of our problem. I hope that's not what you went there to say. But if your husband is not addressing Nigerians, we expect to at least hear something from you concerning this insecurity. And we should not only hear it, we should feel that you're feeling it as well. There's so much power in that office of the First Lady, even though it's not constitutional. So please, ma, talk about it. Condemn it. Let people know that our mother is also very worried about what is happening. So, Patience Jonathan, I commend you, I applaud you, I remember you today as a mother who showed up when it mattered, a mother who was concerned when it mattered. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Yandu.
Good morning to you.
This is Reckless Love.
Reckless Love, Reki Baba, go ahead.
Happy weekend, my brother.
Same to you.
I don't have much thing to say, but Yandu, I don't know how you tolerate this guy called AD. I don't know what is wrong with that guy. You are really trying, my brother, I swear to God. You're a very nice guy. You're so polite in some things. Like, if I'm to be this kind of in the situation where you are by attending to people like this, maybe I wouldn't be picking his calls or reading his message. The guy is really misbehaving, trying to put people into nonsense belief. I don't know where he got his brain from, or maybe he's thinking through his anus. I don't know. The guy is really, like, I don't know if I should say he's crazy, but I just don't know what to say. You're really trying, my brother. You are trying. Then talking about this on our president, I keep saying on our president, that man is really unacceptable. We need to do something in 2027 to kick this very government and most especially that man out of the seat. Even if it's another person in APC that will rule the country, but let it not be this Tinubu. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, callers, now talk to us. What headline concerns you now? Let's know what your thoughts are. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, young group.
Good morning to you.
It's my colleague from Macaulay.
My colleague, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I want to say is that if anyone is thinking that this call senator to do something about electoral commission concept, the person is working against hope. Because I know they will never do that because their hearts have been seared to this option. They don't have water and blood in their eyes. Because their joy is to make sure that Nigerians are reduced to nothing. We keep shouting, keep lamenting, they will not do anything. And I'm pretty sure that, because I've been asking this question, where is the need to do all these things? They have not made any statement. Since the commencement of this rubbish, she has not made a statement as a mother. And now has gone to America to do what? And does not have to go there and speak contrary to the husband's view. That is the truth of the matter. If you are thinking that he must have whispered anything, it's better to the president of America to also to nothing. The thing that Nigerians, they should turn or take this country back to themselves. If we really have this position, nothing will happen. I don't want to die. It's better not to go there and die so that our children will live. Rather than continue to living as existing but not living. Let me put it that way. It's better to sacrifice something now for the betterment of our future generation. So that is the truth of the matter. Let God help us. I keep saying, if after God is heaven, these politicians must be disappointed by the 2037. They are human beings, are not God. Our pride surely comes to an end one day. That is my prayer and my hope.
Amen.
Nigeria is nothing. Nigeria is nothing. It's a no joke. It's a scam. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Let's pray that will work out one day.
Thank you. God bless you too. It will work out. It will work out. Let's do our part and leave the rest to God. The caucus committee, minority caucus rather, of the Senate approved e-transmission of election results. Minority caucus, that means people in the opposition. That's why we need opposition in any democracy, so that we and in fact, when you form a committee to decide on something, a committee must have an odd number. A committee should be 3 persons or 5 persons or 7 persons or thereabouts, so that whenever there is voting, it cannot be 50-50. That's why a committee is set up and people are of the number is an odd number. So we should have an odd National Assembly, a National Assembly that is not all one body, not all one family, that will say something and there's no opposition. Opposition doesn't necessarily mean fighting a thing, whether it is good or bad, but it means a different voice of reason at all time. Even in a family, we have how the firstborns behave and the secondborns behave and the lastborns behave. God made it that way. That is the spice that makes a family what it is. So we cannot go for a one-party system in this country. If we do that, we're killing democracy. It's autocracy and everything bad. See? So if they spoke against or they spoke in favor of e-transmission, their voices are very, very tiny, except Nigerians add their own voices to the voices of the Senate, the minority caucus in the Senate. Nothing may be done, because if, let's say, there are 200 people and then only 5 people or only 10 people are against a particular thing, you have already lost. Especially in an era, in the modern era, where Nigerian Senate has decided to remain in the past, where you take voice votes. You take voice votes, and if the other people have the ability to shout down the other group, then the group with the highest noise will win. In fact, I've seen situations where the voices of those who said nay were higher than the ones who said yes. And the people who said yes still won, because the person who was sitting there, who was presiding over this, I think it was the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives. He was presiding over something, and clearly we heard the people who said nay sound even more. But he said, the eyes have it. And that was the end. There's nothing you can do, because there's no record that will tell you that a particular number of people voted here and there. Technology is here, but Nigerian Senate doesn't want to use it. They don't want to use it to transmit results. They don't want to use it to do anything, because it will not be in their favor. So we will lend our voices. We'll continue talking every time, so that we will also make them do the correct things, because at the end of the day, they will find out that they will come back to meet us. And that's why I was saying it was bad, and it is still bad, for representatives to have houses in Abuja when you're not representing Abuja. You don't have any business having a house in Abuja. You don't have any business even having an extra house when you're being paid and you're being given so many other things in your state. And then you go again, if you must have an extra house, to go and get it in Abuja. For what? You should be visiting Abuja when it is very, very necessary. And if you visit Abuja with all the salaries that you make, you can always stay in a hotel. So why would the government spend taxpayers' money building a house there? If you must build a house and waste the money, come and build in the village of the person who is representing us. If the villagers will not use the house for anything, at least they will use it to take photographs and say, see how beautiful our village is. So it's really appalling, a lot of things that happen. But the bottom line is we should never, ever give up on Nigeria. Please, let's do the needful, and God will take up from
Hello?
Hello, oh,
Hello, Mr. Ayambo. Good
yes,
morning,
please.
sir.
Keep it short, because I will soon have a guest in the studio. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Ayambo, this is the son of God that's calling.
Okay, go right ahead.
Ayambo,
Yes.
I like your program. You have been doing so marvelous.
Thank you.
And I pray that God will continue to protect you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Straight to my point. Mr. Yango, are we truly in this country? Because we don't understand what our leader is doing. Do you know all these people that are sharing the blows? Do you know what the Bible says? It says those who kill by soul will die by soul. Jesus also even performed his miracle when all those Pharisees that one of the disciples of Jesus that used a sword to cut someone's ear, and Jesus performed the miracle immediately by replacing that ear immediately. You see that he does not want his blood to be shed on the ground, purpose of killing a one human being, not even a one human being, 2something people killing in this country. Because our government, they know what they are doing by killing. You know what it takes for people to be seeing blood? My brother, what kind of country are we governing? I always say this, and I always message this text message to you. This Bible verse that Revelation 22, verses 11 to 14. Any human being that reads that revelation every day of his life, and you need to take it as a step before he steps out. He will commit adultery. He will not commit murder. He will not commit anything. He will just go straight to what God said you should come and do on this planet.
Okay.
Now, let me get my take according to what you said. I should not take and I should make it good.
Thank you.
No problem. It is well. God will see us through in everything we are doing in this country.
Amen.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Okay. And still the front page review, but we're now taking a break, and we'll be back at 10:30. At 10:30, we hope to get all your messages out and get your calls as well. Just stay with us.
Good day, my people. How things they go? God go bless us. Now, Kudos Homes Limited carry me come again.